Alright, hello YouTube. We are back in the Mooney. Something's making some noise out here. But alright, let's get in this aircraft and get some stuff started up. I'm going to go ahead and turn that on so we can get our weather. Oh, look, my freaking radio panel is not working again. Gosh darn it. I don't know what is causing that. Let me see if SPAD is... Oh, SPAD hasn't finished. SPAD has an update, and I keep forgetting that. Oh, there it goes. Okay, SPAD just wasn't finished. Okay, so, yeah, good start. And this is a Beyond ATC flight, so we'll be using that, but let's go COM 2. Let's turn COM 2 to the local radio. Weather is 118.525. Alright. Switch that over there. And where we're flying is Bisbee Douglas. That is 119. I'm going to get this one in a while. 275. So we can get those tuned in a while we're sitting here. Okay. And let's listen to this.
Kilo Delta Mike November Automated Weather Observation 1300 Zulu. Wind 043 at 12. Visibility
043.
Sky condition few clouds at 14,400 feet. Temperature 2 degrees Celsius. Dew point 10 Celsius. Altimeter 3023.
3023.
November Automated Weather Observation 1300 Zulu.
3023. Let's see what this does first. Oh, that's pretty close actually this time. Okay, let's get this thing started. Add fuel, add mixture, make sure the flap lever is up. Let's go ahead and turn on our nav lights, beacon lights, and yell at this guy, hey, clear prop there, hoser. And let's get the alternator on before I go killing the battery. And let's call for clearance. Let's see. Albuquerque Center, Mooney, November 452 Oscar Golf, requesting IFR clearance to Bisbee. I don't know if they're going to call it Bisbee or Douglas.
November 452 Oscar Golf, Albuquerque Center, cleared to Bisbee Douglas Airport. Radar vectors anima, Dennis filed. Maintain 8,000. Expect 8,200, 10 minutes after departure. Departure with me. Squawk 1136.
Alright, here we go. Cleared to Bisbee Douglas Airport, radar vectors anima, then as filed, maintain 8,000 feet, expect 8,200, 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency is 128.2, squawk 1136, November 452 Oscar Golf.
November 452 Oscar Golf, read back correct. Start or taxi at pilot's discretion. Hold for release. Report holding short runway 4.
Taxi at pilot's discretion. I will report holding short runway 4. November 452 Oscar Golf. Okay, so we're going to take off runway 4. let's go ahead and get on out of here. Kill the parking brake. And they got me parked facing the other direction. Interesting. Interesting. So yeah, we are flying to the Bisbee Douglas Airport in Arizona. Watch yourself there, Haas. And this will get us into Arizona. Had a bit of trouble getting started today. My earbuds didn't want to connect. Let's see. Okay, this is crossing this runway. Oh, let me see. 122.5. I want to try something. 122.5. Oh. What happens if I go over there and then try this? Deming traffic, November 452 Oscar Golf is taxiing to runway 4. I'm just so used to hearing those beep-oops and stuff. So what I did is I tuned the local traffic into the other side. So I am not broadcasting to anybody really. But I can still click on the thing instead of just talking. So it's about 7:20 a.m. Let me get this over here. That's pretty close. 7:21. I think it's 7:19 real time. It's so weird. I say it all the time, but when you set the clock in Flight Sim, it goes in like 5-minute increments. So you got to kind of guess how long will it take to load. Look at this truck. Jeepers. The wind seems gusty. Oh, I did figure out the 8,000 feet thing. SimBrief, you have to use SimBrief if you're going to do a flight in beyond ATC. And even though I've been setting my altitude for 8,000 feet, it's been just, its default setting is when I make it in little nav map so I can see my route and everything. I create the flight plan there that way. Then I import it into SimBrief. And SimBrief, even though I have an altitude set, it defaults to, it just says automatic. So it chooses one. So it must have been choosing the 7,500. All right, we're back on frequency. Albuquerque Center, November 452 off Oscar Golf is at runway 4, ready for departure.
November 452 Oscar Golf, released for departure. Clearance void if not off by 1345 Zulu. If not off by 1345 Zulu, contact no later than 1355 Zulu. Time now 1323 Zulu. Frequency change approved.
Roger, November 452 Oscar Golf is released for departure. Frequency change approved. Okay, so now I'll switch back to the other Let's get the landing lights on. I never turned on my taxi lights. I'm going to go ahead and turn on the strobes too. Dimming traffic. Mooney, November 452, Oscar Golf is taking runway 4 for a west departure. Taking off. Alright, so let's get on the runway here. And let's go ahead and go 1 notch of flaps for takeoff. Everything else looks set. And let's get up on out of here. Airspeed is alive. There's 60 knots. Positive rate. Went ahead and tap those brakes and let's get the gear up. We got plenty of airspeed. Let's pull up the flaps and we'll start making our left-hand turn. Go ahead and hit the autopilot, heading hold, and we're gonna get this going. 700, not 1700. And let's go ahead and switch back to Albuquerque Center and check in. Albuquerque Center, November 452, Oscar Golf is with you, climbing through 5,400.
November 452 Oscar Golf, Albuquerque Center, radar contact, climb and maintain 8,200, altimeter 302 tree.
Climb and maintain 8,200, altimeter 3023, November 452 Oscar Golf.
November 452 Oscar Golf, turn right, heading 235.
Turn right, heading 235, November 452 Oscar Golf. Alright, I'm going to pull some mixture back. Watching that EGT gauge right here. I want to get up in this blue arc. We're going to get on the high side of the blue arc because as we climb, we will need to lower our mixture anyway, so should lose another hour on our clock when we get into Arizona, but we should be good for now. This is pretty much a direct line. This Anima, you have to have at least one waypoint along the way. And I chose this Anima. It's almost direct, but not quite. So you can see on our ETE, 40 minutes to go. Feet to go.
November 452 Oscar Golf, clear direct Anima. Resume on navigation.
Clear direct Anima, resume on navigation. November 452 Oscar Golf. I was already resuming my own navigation. Now you can see on the EGT gauge as we've been climbing, it's getting on the lower side of the arc. Our airspeed is slowly bleeding off. But we will fix that in just a second. Hopefully I'm still in frame. I noticed in the last video I had the camera moved and I was like constantly off the frame. I can't see right now. See if I lean way forward, but I don't ever get that far forward now. I think I'm okay. Problem is the camera's over here and the view is over there. Alright, so we are approaching our altitude. So let's go ahead. I'm going to pull the manifold pressure to about 21 and a half. And I'm going to pull the RPM to 23. And now I got to pull that mixture. See the EGT dropped? I'm going to look for peak. There it is. Now it's starting to drop a little, so I'm going to raise her back up, go a little bit rich. So our fuel flow looks like 12.4 gallons per hour. 12 and a half. We can set this here. The outside air temperature is 16. And we are flying 8,000 feet roughly. So if I turn this, so this would be 10, 20, 30. So I want the 8 to be about 15. So let's see. Somewhere in there, somewhere halfway between. So this would suggest that our true airspeed is 155. I know it's hard to see that because of the glare in the sun. But we got a ground speed of 173. So that tailwind's doing us good. Let's see. We're at 20 minutes. So let's take a look outside. Beautiful. That's thumbnail material right there. All right. So Bisbee Douglas, I already got their weather radio tuned in down here. 119.275. So I'm going to transfer it over there so we are ready when we are ready. And that 1225 that I have in the backup here, Bisbee Douglas is 119.275. There we go. Now I can just switch to that when the time comes. So we are 30 minutes out, 28 minutes. Man, it was beautiful here last night. 66 degrees outside when I got up, came out here. It's only 72 in here, which is good with the door shut and everything. It does tend to warm up in here just from the computer. So it is gorgeous in here right now for this flight. When I finish this flight, I have to go outside and mess with my roofing on my bedroom addition I did. We had some really high winds, and the roofing was wanting to come up a little bit. I gotta do some adjustments on it, get her torqued down, so we don't have to worry about it, because they're saying we got a chance of rain this weekend, which would be great. We
November
definitely
452 Oscar Golf, Albuquerque Center. Expect radar vectors, runway 17.
Expect vectors, runway 17. November 452 Oscar Golf. Alright, runway 17. Geez, that thing is turning super. Oh, then it goes white right past it. And keeping an eye on the fuel gauges here. Left fuel tank is at 21 gallons. Right fuel tank is at 24. That's where we started. So I'm going to go somewhere around probably 18, 19 gallons. Probably 18. And then I'll switch tanks. I'm not sure. This tells me the fuel report. Doesn't make any sense. That's saying trip fuel 7 gallons. We're going to use more than 7. We've already used 4. And we are not halfway. Anima is almost halfway. So my fuel calculator on little nav map is not very accurate.
November 452 Oscar Golf. Contact Albuquerque Center 134.45.
Going to 134.45. November 452 Oscar Golf. Good day. 134.
Delta Uniform Golf Automated Weather Observation 1300 Zulu. Wind calm.
145.
Visibility 10. Sky condition no clouds below 12,000. Temperature 25 Celsius.
What is that listening to?
2.10 Celsius. Altimeter 299.1. Kilo Delta Uniform Golf Automated Weather.
Oh, that's what it was. Huh. Wow. Albuquerque Center, November 452 Oscar Golf is with you at 8,200 feet.
November 452 Oscar Golf, Albuquerque Center, roger.
I tuned that into the weather instead of the 123.0 is what I needed to have in that standby frequency. That is the traffic in Bisbee. I tuned it into this, the same 119.275. So we know that's a working frequency anyway. So we got about 5 miles to go to get to this Anima. Colors of these mountains, it's kind of crazy. I think we're not flying over that way, huh? That mountain's looking a little high. There's that little airport. It's on the GPS. Huh. What is that? I can't tell. NM86. New Mexico 86. Now while we're zoomed in, let's take a look at our gauges. Everything looks good. Everything looks good. And I don't ever use this fuel calculator. I probably should. But I don't know how to. We're 60 miles now from the destination. Just 19 gallons. Let's go ahead and switch the tanks. So I'm going to turn on that boost pump, and I'm using this. Switch over to the right tank and kill the boost pump. Hopefully they don't descend us before we get to those mountains. Because on the chart, let's see, on the chart, we do have a large mountain in front of us. It says it's a 6,000 foot peak there. 6,000 foot peak up there also. 6,200 is the first one. So we should be okay. We should be. Not sure exactly when we're going to cross into Arizona here. I would think that the time would change on the clock. In the summertime, Arizona is in Pacific time. Or I should say Pacific time moves into Arizona time, because Arizona doesn't change. They're technically mountain time, mountain standard time year round. Which is the way it should be. Standard time, year round. Stupid daylight saving. If you like daylight saving, sorry, but it's stupid. Standard time is standard time for a reason. Funny, I'll have little stutters and frame rate drops in this, and it doesn't affect me as much as when I'm driving that truck sim. When I'm driving the truck sim, boy, I hate it when it stutters, and it's just very distracting. See, if I move over to the other seat, sit in Kelly's lap, you can zoom in on this gauge. That's telling you the, I think that's telling you the individual cylinders. What their temperatures are, and I don't really know how to use that gauge either, but it does tell you a lot of information about the engine and how it's running. Probably don't need to have these on the whole flight here. So this is our first little peak we got to fly over right here. Much better than the last flight where we were below the mountains. Still about 45 miles to go. Oh, we crossed into Arizona. Look, it says 6:49 now instead of 7. So somewhere right back in here we crossed into Arizona. Getting a little bumpy going over the mountains here. That is to be expected. yesterday. That's never a good thing when he texts directly. It always means one thing. Can you work extra days next week? It does look like he hired someone new, because there's someone new on the schedule, but she doesn't have any hours yet. She's just all on there, so hopefully by the following week, hopefully he gets her just showing up to some shifts to get trained, and then the following week she'll be working shifts by herself. But Lexi quit. We knew she was quitting. I thought she was giving her 2 weeks notice and then she was going to quit, but she apparently tonight is her last night working, from what Norman said. So he asked me if I could work Monday and Tuesday. I told him I'd go ahead and do it. I said I had plans for this coming up week though, so I'm pushing him off to the next week, kind of heading him off at the pass. Don't ask next week, because next week I'm not doing it. Yeah, look how bumpy it's getting here. So we're gonna have, I don't know, it's Friday now. This video will come out on Monday, I'm guessing. But Monday and Tuesday I won't be able to make any videos. I might, if it's nice, I might come out here and record pinball or something, or whatever next week's challenge is. Whatever next week's console challenge is. Like, what is that? Apparently the that tablet must be connected. I didn't think I connected it to any of my stuff. I thought they were just for this. But that was the alert that today's payday. So Kelly and I just got paid. Well, got paid at like midnight, whatever, direct deposit. Alright, we're almost to 10 minutes to go. We're past the one big mountain. See, our top of descent. We got a little ways to go till that. I don't want to descend until we get, we're going to be right over that other mountain when we get to top of descent. So we'll call for that when the time comes. I'm guessing it's these right here. And if he has us descend too low before that, I'll have to tell him no. Or just ignore it like I did the last flight. Descend on my own pace. Looks like we got some cloud cover over Bisbee here. I don't like listening to this too early, but I'm going to go ahead and listen to the radio, the weather. 3016, that's saying. Let me check that, because boy, the last flight, they kind of screwed me. Douglas overview 4,120 at Deming. The field elevation was 4,300, and they told me to descend to 4,304 feet. So, like, I'm supposed to be flying 4 feet off the ground on my approach. Yeah, I'm just going to use that mountain there in front of us. When we get over this ridge here, I'll call that I'm ready to descend. If he doesn't descend me before that. And I'm going to listen to the weather again when we get much closer, like 10 miles out or something, 5 miles out, because it seems like the winds change a lot in this.
November 452 Oscar Golf, turn right, heading 240, descend and maintain 7,000, altimeter 3014, Bisbee Douglas Airport landing runway 17.
Turn right, heading 240, descend and maintain 7,000. Bisbee Airport landing runway 17, November 452 Oscar Golf.
November 452 Oscar Golf, altimeter 3014, expect the visual approach runway 17.
Altimeter 3014, expect visual runway 17, November 452 Oscar Golf.
November 452 Oscar Golf, descend and maintain 6,700, vectors for the approach.
Descend and maintain 6,700, expect vectors for the approach, November 452 Oscar Golf. God dang it. You get zoomed out and every little bumpy. That should be fine over these mountains. These mountains are right at 6,000 feet. Yeah, if you didn't see that last flight we did, we were flying below the peaks.
November 452 Oscar Golf, airport is at your 12 o'clock 14 miles. Report the field in sight.
November 452 Oscar Golf is looking for the field. See, they always say that 12 o'clock, and then it's not though.
452 Oscar Golf. Descend and maintain 4,500.
Yeah, 4,500. What did we say? The airport is at 4,100, so that's only descend and maintain 4,500, November 452 Oscar Golf. That's only 400 feet above the ground level, so we're not going to do that. I'm going to go 1,000 feet above, because that's pattern altitude. I'm going to start this recording so I can get yeah, so we're going to go down to 5,100. We are slowed down enough. Let's go ahead and get the gear down. And we're going to go the first notch of flaps a while. We're going to go full prop and full rich. No, not full rich, because we're at 4,000 feet. Is that the field right there? Albuquerque Center, November 452 Oscar Golf has the field in sight.
November 452 Oscar Golf. Cleared visual approach runway 17.
Cleared visual approach runway 17, November 452 Oscar Golf.
November 452 Oscar Golf. No tower services available at Bisbee Douglas Airport. Frequency change approved.
Frequency change approved, November 452 Oscar Golf. Good day. Bisbee Douglas traffic, November 452 Oscar Golf is Mooney on 4 mile final, runway 17 to land. Alright, let's go the second notch of flaps. And let's kill the autopilot. I have the aircraft. Where is this runway 17 at? Oh, I see. It's this over here. Boy, what a weird looking. Go full flaps. Dogs are all excited. I can read it now. It says 17. This is our runway. Kind of coming in. I never did listen to the weather again. Okay, let's set her down. Pull those flaps up. Let's get turned here on Bravo. Bisbee traffic, Mooney, November 452, Oscar Golf is clear of the runway, taxiing to parking. Nice. I still have not mastered landing in this thing. I mean, that wasn't horrible, but just go ahead and get the strobes off. Taxi. Oh, I never turned on the landing lights. All right, I'm going to stop here so I can look at my map and see where I'm going to park. Go right over here, parking spot 29. Which is right over here. Yeah, this is spot 29. We'll park here. All right, there we go. So we are here in the parking spot, and let me pause this recording and go back and get us a landing. Be right back. Turning into the runway here. Does look like I might have hit, just barely had the, well, I'm a little low for this replay, but that's okay. Yeah, it looks like the mains hit just before. Still not happy with that landing. So, All right, there you have it. We are now in Arizona, Bisbee, Douglas, and we'll continue to head across the southern part of Arizona, and we're going to kind of zigzag our way up the state is the plan. So thanks for watching, and catch you on the next one. Peace.